Two things that don't mix well: magician and fresh breath. It's kind of funny how there's so many gum tricks in the world of magic. I said gum. So many gum tricks in the world of magic, and yet magicians don't know how to practice basic oral hygiene. But here's a fun little trick with a pack of gum. So here's a trick. You have a pack of gum and you offer the participant a stick of gum. In this case, they take a gum and now you're left missing a stick. What a predicament we find ourselves in. But alas, a dastard magician comes up with a solution. All we have to do is just rub. We rub it. You see that? We rub it like it's your mom in the 4th grade. You see? We now have a stick of gum that's magically appeared right there, ready for us. And of course, the pack is completely examinable by the participant. This is a fun little ditty that involves a small little gimmick that you make. For this, we're gonna need 2 packs of gum. These are easily procured in any grocery store. One is gonna be your performance stick, and the other one is gonna be where you make your gimmicks. You're also gonna need some sort of scissor. I like to make use of my multi-tool because now it becomes tax deductible. Speaking of deductible vagina. If you happen to join the PigCake Magic Academy, the home of over 1,500 videos going over card stuff, coin stuff, everything you need to become the best magician you could possibly be. Beginner, expert, it doesn't matter. There's all content of all levels available here on the PigCake Magic Academy for your viewing pleasure. And I upload every single week. So it's not like you just get 1,500 videos and then that's it. I'm always uploading, baby. What I really like about this gimmick is that it reminds me of a thumb tip. If you're familiar with a thumb tip, it's something that goes on your thumb that allows you to vanish things. But most people, when they first use it, are gonna think that everyone's gonna see it. But it's the exact opposite. Because you have your hand supposedly empty, they're not gonna know to look for this fake prosthetic thumb. Same thing with this. The gimmick is right there. It's just a little piece of paper that we've cut out from the other pack. In this case, I've just taken the flap and I've cut out a piece that is pretty much the exact same size as a stick of gum. One thing I do is that I also fold a little lip. That lip is going to allow it to stick on the top of the gum, and that's what goes inside of the pack. And the best part about this is that it doesn't actually have to be perfect. The times that I've tried this on people, I've been surprised as to the fact that they don't see it. While it might not be physically invisible, it's psychologically invisible because we take advantage of assumption. In this case, the assumption is that if you remove a pack of gum from a pack of gum, there's going to be an empty place. So we take an extra piece from the other pack, we put it on top, and we fold the whole thing. Now this is ready for performance. When somebody asks for a piece of gum, this is all I'm going to do. I'm going to fold this downward, and I'm just going to take this piece and pretend like I pulled it from that empty hole. I can now turn this and casually flash it to the participant as I offer them the gum. Now at this point you go, well, I just gave you one, so that means that now I'm missing one. And of course I don't need to say, look at the empty one. Look at the empty slot that's there. They see it through implication. So you give them the gum, they could chew it, they could do whatever they want with it, and now you bring up the problem. Well, now I'm missing one. So how do we solve this problem? Well, very easily with magic. Now this is always in motion as well, so I like to kind of dangle it here so they don't really have a good opportunity to stare at it. But all you're gonna do here is you're gonna come in and you're gonna rub that piece. Now as I rub that piece, all that's happening here is I'm just gonna lift up and take it behind my fingers. So now I could come up to this position where the little piece is hiding right over here. Now if I wanna hand this out for examination, all I have to do is just hand this to the participant as this hand goes south. And now they could look at the piece of gum, they could take it out, I could take it out and chew on it, and now everything is gonna be up to snuff. This little piece could be either kept or discarded at your discretion. If you crumble it up and just throw it behind your back, it just becomes a piece of garbage on the floor. If not, you could just keep it and place it right back and you're set to go. All you have to do is just take a piece of gum from the other pack, put it inside, and you're gonna be reset. It's fun to play around with little gimmicks like this and see what creativity you could have when you see no pussy. The best part about this sort of stuff is that you're not necessarily performing. It's just a happenstance. Oh wait, I gave you a gum, so now I'm missing one. Well, I guess I could bring it back by just doing this, rubbing it, and now they see that the gum visually comes back. You could hand it out, they could look at it, and it's this, it's one of those moments. It's gonna be fairly ballsy to you the first time you try this to a participant, but again, remember the thumb tip. If you've ever worked with a thumb tip, you're gonna be able to perform this and you're not gonna have an issue. It's the exact same rule. This is empty because of implication. They see an empty spot and therefore that's an empty spot. And carrying this around allows you to have fresh breath, which is more important. So some advice at the end of the video, I guess this is relevant. I was using this, my SOG Power Pint, in order to make the gimmicks. And I realized something. If you happen to have this particular tool, it's a great one. But the scissors are a little bit odd because the scissors here are backwards. So when you use them, a lot of people would use these intuitively, and you're not supposed to. Because if you use it intuitively and have the little edge here, you see this, where you typically expect to come in and use that to scissor. No, it's not going to work as best as it can. You have to flip it upside down and have this little hinge on the bottom. So now it's going to cut through anything, and it's very sharp, and you can actually cut very precisely with this. I wouldn't cut my nails, but cutting the Gimmick was very, very easy. But you have to figure out the little life hack. Don't use it like a traditional pair of scissors. Turn it upside down and use it this way. And also, it's a lot more comfortable in the hand if you use it this way. So a little bit of advice, if you happen to have this exact same power tool, which I doubt, or a multi-tool rather, if you don't, you should. It's a great one.
I see you again, when 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 I see you again.